One. Hi, I'm Dave Cyderbaby. This is Rock Radio UK, and today I'm with Lena from Infected Brain. Hello.
Thank you for having me.
It's my absolute pleasure. You've been one of the leading lights of your genre for some time now, and you've just released a new album. So
yes, we did.
Time. Tell me about it.
There's so much I could talk about it. It's first of all our first so-called conceptual album. It's our sixth full-length album, which is quite crazy. I can't believe it, to be honest.
I had to double check, yeah.
I know. It's like, really? 6 albums? That's like a lifetime of work. It really is for many people, including us, you know. It's definitely a compilation of a lot of emotions. It's a roller coaster that takes you through different emotions with each song. However, the main concept of this album is exactly what the title is, Time. Yeah. We wanted to be very in your face about it, not really trying to go with metaphors like we were before.
Right.
So yeah, it is about time to talk about time. I think so.
Excellent. I've got some favourites on the album itself. Lighthouse, I think, is one of the singles as well.
Thank you.
But also, it's quite varied throughout the whole album. So was that a conscious decision?
We never really planned this in advance. It's something that comes really natural. Sometimes each song is so diverse and so different from each other. Sometimes they are different, but you can feel a connection between it. It's almost like a story that you continue telling throughout the entire album. And I feel like it's quite like that for this album.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. It, as you said, it's quite a conceptual album, which is quite different from everything else. But also the sound has evolved as well. Do you think the sound's matured as well as you've gone along?
I hope so. I guess this question is more for our listeners and supporters. I think they would say better if the sound is more mature than previous, because it's quite difficult for a musician to be objective and to be honest, about his own work, because he puts, or she, the artist puts a lot of effort into an art piece. It can be music, it can be an album, it can be a music video, it can be one song, it can be a painting, anything. We put so much of our time and energy and emotion in one artwork that in the end, being completely objective about what you do is quite difficult. But I will be honest with you, what I like doing is I don't like digging deep in the past works and comparing, because it's a different version of me, it's a different version of Infected Rain, it's different times. And this version of ourselves, this version of Infected Rain created time. So is it better, is it worse? It's just different. I hope it's more mature, of course, because, time passes, and I hope that we gain some experience and we are more mature as people as well as musicians, So, I don't know. That would be my best honest answer.
Okay. The album itself has been out, was it 9th of February it came out?
Yes.
So how are the people receiving it now?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good, yeah. Every single review, every single comment, every single listener that obviously cares to share is been positive. It's been supportive, and it's been like almost shocked by this album, and which brings us a lot of joy, of course, because we know that a lot of people can relate to this album more than ever, and we've had fantastic reviews, really good places in charts and stuff like that, things that we never even thought about, to be honest.
I think when you go into music like you have, you don't do it for the chart positions.
No, maybe somebody does, but it's definitely not the right motive to do it. Everybody should have their own motive, and mine is pretty strictly, in a way, selfish, if you want to call it that way, which I think helps me a lot, because I approach music as my own kind of sort of therapy.
Yeah.
And when I write about my emotions and then I get to sing about them out loud, I make sure that that specific emotion delivers. And I do it, of course, the best of my capacity, best of my, preparation level. And it helps me, it helps me better than any therapists. It helps me better than any even friend, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's so raw often. It could be even embarrassing sometimes, but I decided to be as open and as honest as possible with Infected Rain's art and the messages that I'm writing about.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're doing the bulk of the writing yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
The entire writing is made by me, but when I do the composing of vocal melodies, I polish it with all my musicians. So I give them my ideas, and then we work with my ideas. We often, polish certain things, change a note or two, or change placement of certain things. But yeah.
Okay. So we're here now in Bristol, of all places. Oh, I don't know if you visited Bristol before, but
Yes, once, but it was 5 years ago when we played. We were also on tour supporting Lacuna Coil and Elevati.
Yeah.
Yes, 2019.
Wow. So we're back in Bristol. We're at the O2 Academy. I must get that right. We're here with
Amaranth and Dragon Force.
Yes. How's that been so far?
It's been fantastic, to be honest. Yeah, one of our best tours when it comes to people connection, when it comes to relationship between bands, when it comes to help and cooperation between crew members. It's been fantastic. Nothing to complain about, seriously, like putting my hand on my heart. I know often you don't want to say certain things on interview and talk badly about somebody, but this is our first tour where there's literally no complaints, even though, like, for example, today there was very limited space for the bands to hang out, and they found a solution for us. We are here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's there's always going to be, they will at least attempt to try to help.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that so much.
Okay. So after you've visited these shores here in Britain, where else are you heading now?
Actually, it's the end of the tour.
It is?
Yes, we have Bristol, Manchester, and London, and that's it. We've had 26 shows, I believe. Wow. The tour is over. 26, yeah. The tour is over soon, and we had a lot of fun. I can't believe it's over.
Okay, so what are the future plans for Infected Rain?
Summer. We are starting again in June.
Right.
And up until the end of August, we will be touring festival season. In fact, we will be back here at Bloodstock Festival.
Yes.
Very excited about that.
One
Very
of the
excited.
best festivals in the country.
I think in the world as well, but I've never visited. I just heard. So I'm very excited to see.
Brilliant.
And be part of it, of course.
Okay. Well, yes. I think they're having quite a special session this year because they've got Lemmy's ashes there as well this year.
Oh wow,
so
that's amazing!
Making a little shrine to Lemmy. So,
really?
But it's a very family-orientated festival. I do like Bloodstock, even though I haven't been for a couple of years. But
nice. That's good to know. Thank you.
How is the music business treating you now?
I mean, if you could be a little bit more specific about your question, because we could speak about different things, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the industry itself has changed dramatically over the last 10 years. So you must have seen tremendous changes.
The thing is, yes, I see changes every year. They are tiny because every year, you can't really make big changes. However, like 10 years ago, I feel like my band basically just started touring because we come from a very small country in Eastern Europe, and back in the day it was very difficult to even play in our neighbor countries. It was a little bit easier to go to Ukraine and Russia, but way more difficult to come towards Europe.
Okay.
We used to need visa even to visit our neighbor Romania. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was quite a challenge. Actually, not too long ago we looked in the past notes, and we didn't really tour much the first 4 or 5 years of the band, we had shows, but very little because we had no place to go. And you can't really play too many shows in your own country.
Yeah.
You know, because the country is so small, it's almost like some cities are not even that big, you know what I mean? Not bigger than that. So it's quite difficult for us to say, especially because I think the biggest first tour in Europe that we finally did was 2014.
Okay.
So before we would have small tours, 1 week, you know, maximum 10 days here and there, with visas and a lot of problems, you know, to get them. But 2014 we already had a bigger tour and we went by ourselves, and there's nothing much we can compare because we didn't really come here, you know. Every country has its own music industry, especially when it comes to metal. You know, we know very well that, you know, certain countries have more metalheads and it's more part of their culture to support and come to shows. Some other countries, vice versa, it's less. So I don't know, it's always different.
Okay. So looking forward, we've got festivals, we've got the album is out and it's doing well. The future is looking quite decidedly rosy. Really.
It looks really good, for the first time in our career, this year we had to decline many offers of touring because of how many there were. So that is scary, but also pretty pleasant in the same time. Hello, my wife. Come here. Oh, hello.
And the real star of the show?
The real star of the show. This is Lena. Hello. How are you? Oh, good girl.
Does she go everywhere with you?
Yes, she does. Yeah.
Wonderful.
She's helping me.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you're a busy lady, so I'm gonna
just have to get ready, you know, for the show and everything. But hey, thank you so much for having me. Are you guys attending the show?
Yes. My son behind the camera will be in the pit as well. So.
Nice, perfect. Yeah.
Just wave to him or kick him. I don't mind. Okay.
All right. Thank you so
Lena,
much.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
it has
you.
been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, and I'll see you at the show.
Thank you.
Please enjoy.
You happy?
Yeah, happy.
Okay, you got levels and you're recording?
Yeah, everything is good.
Brilliant. So is it Lena or Lena?
Lena. Yes.
Right. Okay. I'll do a short little intro and just go with it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything you don't want to talk about?
Politics and religion, please.
That is
all.
Perfectly fine. We're here to sell an album and tickets and stuff like that.
Okay, then next time we talk when you're ready.
Oh, hello, dog.